everybody. It is week 9 in the NFL season. We are halfway over, Mclovein. Halfway done. We're halfway there, says John Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
And we're living on a prayer.
Seems like we just started.
Yeah. Week 9 in the NFL. Let's go into last week's scores. We had a barn burner on Thursday night, Houston and Miami, and Sean Watson, 5 touchdown passes, 42-23. They won 5 in a row. Dolphins are in disarray, and you got Osweiler again starting this week because Tannehill has a broken vagina. So there's that. Sunday, 28th.
Yeah, Houston.
Go ahead.
That Houston's offense was probably the best I've seen it in a while.
And they just got Demaryius Thomas.
And they just picked up for a 4th rounder. But Deshaun Watson had more touchdown passes than incompletions, which
that's unbelievable.
Very rarely do you ever see. You know, they scored at will against Miami, especially in the second half. I think they scored 3 touchdowns in the span of like a minute and 7 seconds or something like that. But if their offense can keep clicking like this, and the offensive line can you know, allow Lamar Miller to run the ball like they did and give Watson enough time to, you know, find these wideouts. The downside was that they lost one of their better receivers in Fuller with an ACL, but they picked up Demaryius Thomas, and you know that offense. Like I said, it's all going to be based solely on whether Deshaun Watson stays healthy. If he somehow goes down, then you can, you know, kiss the season goodbye. But right now, the Houston Texans are sitting atop. You know, once again, they always find themselves sitting atop that division. You know, Tennessee has taken a couple steps back, Jacksonville obviously, and the Colts, you know, who you know, had a huge win against the lowly Raiders. But I think Houston, their defense is. I still think their defense is a little overrated. They have a lot of big name guys, but you know, Miami still scored quite a bit of points on them. But I think Houston, you know, they're going to continue to move forward. I think they'll probably win that division now. Well,
speaking of kissing the season goodbye, you got the Jaguars losing in London, 24-18.
Yep.
Wentz had a good game, 3 touchdown passes. You know, I mean, the game it is what it is. It's a 24-18 win. It was a close game. It was 10-6 at the half. It was 17-12 after 3. I took Eagles minus. Oh, by the way, and thanks to Mclovein for 2 picks I did not want to throw in there, but he made me throw them in, and it's a good thing I did. I ended up winning my first parlay. Fucking fire as a teaser. Finally, $30. I won 180, and one of those games which I would have taken regardless was Eagles minus 3.5, and then with the teaser it was like +4 or whatever. But
yeah,
so that's that.
Yeah, it was close. I told Andy to add a couple, you know,
Panthers and Giants. You told me that.
Yeah, and he was, you know,
reluctant,
but and then, you know, even with the Giants, you know, they scored a late touchdown there to help Andy win. But I think Philly is, you know, they're staying above water. That I don't care who you play over in London. That's a tough game. I don't look at a game in London as I do normally in the United States, just because of all the elements and the variables. But I think that's anytime you can go over to London and get a win. I don't care who you're playing. It's still the NFL. And you know, if Wentz, you know, continues to play the way he's playing, they're gonna. You know, probably looks like they're going to be battling Washington now for the top spot there. You know, I still think they have a lot of holes. Philly has a lot of holes, but they still play in a weak division, so we'll see what happens going forward.
Well, Bears, Jets, not much to say about this game. 24-10, Bears took care of business against a team they needed to. They're 4-3.
Yep.
Next game, this is a funny one. So I was never going to worry about this game until the final seconds, because I had Cincinnati plus like 4, okay, and it was 34-16 after 3.
It was 21-0.
Yeah, it's 21-0 at one point. And
21-0.
And here's the deal. The deal is Jameis Winston threw 4 interceptions.
Yep.
And then what's-his-face, Fitzpatrick, who, by the way, was named Week 9 starter,
yep,
battled them all the way back from the depths of hell. They lost by 3. Bengals
yep,
ended up kicking a field goal difference.
Yep.
But there you go. And, Marvin Lewis is, celebrating in the locker room like he just won the AFC Championship game. So, against a 3-3 Buccaneers team.
The Bucs are, they had their first two games of the year. They played unbelievable. They scored a bunch of points. They came back to earth. They're a bad football team. They're poorly coached. There's no camaraderie in that locker room. They can't. The head coach is slowly losing the quarterback. He's losing Deshaun Jackson. He's losing everyone in that locker room. Dirk Cutter, in my opinion, will not be there next year. I don't see how he survives. They gave him a shot. They gave him the top pick overall. There was a question whether they were going to keep him or let him go. They decided to keep him because he had quote unquote a great relationship with Winston. I think we can at least for the near future close the book on Winston. As far as him being, he was the number 1 overall pick, right?
Yeah, right.
He's been an absolute disaster. He's a bust. He's not a leader. He never will be a leader.
Wait, was he the number 1 overall pick, or was Mariota the number 1 overall pick?
I thought it was Winston.
Might have been.
Anyway, his shenanigans off the field, he does stupid things, and they tried HBO and then Hard Knocks tried to make Winston look like he was, the second coming of Brett Favre as a leader, and never happened, never will happen. He's an idiot. He's a bad quarterback, and I wish I could say I was surprised, but Tampa's in a heap of trouble. It's only going to get worse for them, whoever their quarterback is. And I think I think we can get some cemetery plots out for a lot of teams in the league. Tampa Bay being one of them. We can go on the list, but Tampa Bay for sure is dead for the year.
Well, Fat Matt Patricia and your boy Paul Pasqualone got murdered at home by the Seahawks.
He did.
La-di-da in the streets for Russell Wilson through 3 touchdown passes in the second quarter. And it was 28-14, la-di-da-di-do. So that's not much to say about that game, really.
Well, Seattle's kind of been a team that no one's talked about. I think they're just, since they've come back to earth as far as where they were and being in the Super Bowls a couple of years, they still have a very good quarterback. They still have a team that knows how to win. I still think they're a team that no one's really talking about yet. I think they can win football games. They'll probably slide in there, and if they continue doing what they're doing and get a wild card, probably if they can go 10-6. Detroit, it's difficult to figure out. I don't think anyone can figure out Detroit from getting smoked at home from the Jets, and then beating New England, beating Green Bay. They've had some good wins, but then they've had some bad losses. On the road against Miami was a big win. And
on the road again.
And then Seattle coming in, cleaning their clocks. Yeah.
Well, Golden Tate got traded from away from the Lions. He went to the Eagles, by the way.
Or 3rd rounder, I believe.
I think this is no 4th rounder.
4th rounder.
I think it's a 4th rounder.
Who was the guy that was traded for a 3rd rounder?
I think it was a 3rd and a 7th for Demaryius Thomas.
No, Demaryius Thomas was the 4th rounder.
4th rounder?
Yeah, I think Golden Tate was a 3rd rounder.
All right. Well, correct me in the comments section below if we got that wrong. We'll have Colin Schmeling fix us in the. But speaking of a game that I thought was going to be closer than a lot of people thought, and I was right, kind of. When I say kind of, here's why. So, Denver, Kansas City. It was 16-14, Kansas City at the half.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was close. I put Denver, by the way, plus the points. Chiefs score 14 in the third to run away with it, but then Denver came back and only lost by a touchdown. So 30-23, Mahomes, another 4 touchdown passes. I think he has 24 through 8 or whatever it is. But, Kansas City's rolling along. Denver's falling apart.
Yep.
Washington, big road win over the Giants. Thank God the Giants score. By the way, so I read an article, I forget, it was somewhere in an article somewhere that the Giants have scored X amount of touchdowns this season.
Yeah.
And 40% of them are at the end of the game when it means nothing. So 20-13, Washington is taking they have a game and a half lead over the Eagles there.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, they just got Clinton Dix from Green Bay.
And they had their backup quarterback arrested.
The Giants did.
Kyle,
yeah, he was back at practice today.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So then we got the Steelers, and this was an annihilation for 2 different reasons. Won by the scoreboard, 33-18. And this is very rare because usually when these two teams face each other, Cleveland covers the spread. They always do. They cover the fucking spread. This was just an abomination. They had a 6-0 lead, the Browns, after one.
Yeah.
And then it all fell apart. And then, as we all know, both Hugh Jackson and the fuck's his name?
Haley.
Haley. Todd Haley get fired. Fired!
Well, it was a confrontation between the two of them. Instead of firing one, they fired both of them.
Yeah, because they're going to fire the other one anyway. So, just a matter of time. Greg Williams is taking over. Bountygate Greg Williams.
Another heartless Trick.
Sure.
But I was reading on ESPN.com. The last, I think it's all dating back to Eric Mangini and Romeo Crennel. The last, I don't know, however many coaches they've had in Cleveland.
Was Crennel head coach at Cleveland?
Yeah.
He was?
Yeah.
I thought he was the Chiefs. He was also Cleveland?
No, he was a head coach. He took the Browns job when he left New England.
Oh, wow. That's a million years ago. Holy Christ.
All the coaches were fired.
Fired!
The second after they lost the second game to Pittsburgh.
That's right. Yep.
So, every time the Cleveland Browns coach has been fired, it's after losing 2 straight games to
the Steelers. And that's after the second one.
Yeah.
And so if you're head coach of the Cleveland Browns and you already lost one to the Steelers, you better pray to God you win their tie that next game.
Correct.
Because otherwise, out the door we go. Speaking of out the door we go.
And just for the record, Hugh Jackson was 337-1.
336-1.
336-1.
Yeah. 336-1 and 8 in worst record in NFL history with one team. Speaking of Carolina here, great job by Cam Newton. That was not even close.
Never even a game.
Not even a game.
Yeah.
And he rushed for 52 yards and a touchdown, threw for 2 touchdowns. So that game's done. Then we had the Colts annihilating the Raiders at home. The Raiders were at home. And the Raiders had a lead at one point in this game.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, and they said, you know what, fuck it. What are we doing? We got to get the top pick of the draft next year.
Well, I think it's going to be them and the
Giants.
And maybe the Niners.
Maybe the Niners. Packers had a chance to beat the Rams, and Ty Montgomery fumbles the ball on the kickoff, and then he gets traded to the Ravens. Now, if I'm Ty Montgomery, 7th rounder, if I'm Ty Montgomery, it's all good in the hood. Because I'm on a Baltimore team that conceivably could make the playoffs, so it's not like he got traded to the 49ers here, where he's just wasting the rest of the season.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
But Green Bay, man, they have in big games, they fumble, but somebody fumbles the ball. I remember that playoff game.
Yep.
Was it a playoff game? Yeah, it was a playoff game.
Either a fumble or interception.
It was a fumble on an onside kick that the other team kicked. They got the ball back, and then they ended up fucking winning the game because the guy didn't jump on. He shouldn't have even touched it, they were saying.
Yeah.
He just, he saw like a birthday cake, and he tried to scoop it up and feed me, Big Bertha in the Walpole Mall at a Dream Machine.
Yep.
And then you end up losing the game, and the Rams are 8-0. And then in a battle of 2 unbelievably coached teams, Steve Wilkes and Kyle Shanahan, unbelievable offenses, incredible 86 bear-like defenses. We had the Cardinals pull out a comeback win over the. So this is, look, folks. This is the guy. This is Buffalo may be ahead of these two. Here's the score after one quarter: San Francisco 2, Arizona nothing. That was after one quarter, 2-0. At halftime, it was 5-3 San Francisco. Then it was 12-3.
Yep.
And then Arizona came back and scored 15 in the fourth quarter with offensive production unheard of and unseen. And Josh Rosen with a comeback win, good for him. And Steve Wilkes was fired up in the locker room after the game saying, we protected home, this is our home, and and all this, and and it's like, you're correct. I went on a little tangent there while the guy's cutting my lawn as we're filming the show.
Yeah.
Unbelievable timing. Great timing, bud. Yeah. Cutting my lawn. We're not trying to film a TV show.
It's not like he's got Wrigley Field out in the front yard.
Correct.
It's 2 patches.
Correct.
He's probably just sitting there right now.
So if we start talking loudly, it's because we're trying to overcome the sound there. But anyway, New Orleans, Sunday night game, 30-20 over the Vikings.
It was close for the first half.
Yeah, 17-13 at the half.
And then Minnesota turned the ball over. And then,
Stephon Diggs over here.
Yeah.
And then, all right, and then Monday night. Okay, here's the deal. Look, I went on a little bit of a crazy tangent.
Out of nowhere.
Well, it wasn't out of nowhere. I was just saying if they did this.
Correct.
But here's the deal.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen, no.
Okay.
But here's the deal. It was 12-6.
Okay.
There's no reason that game should have been 12-6.
Sure, you're right.
At all, period.
Yep.
And I noticed it, and I said it out loud, and Mclovein was actually thinking it because he confirmed it as soon as I said it. It seemed to me that just everything they were doing for the first couple series on offense, it was like they were swimming underwater. They just, like Brady was like, is this game over yet? I got to go home and do stuff. Like nobody, and the only wake-up call there was McCourty, and as Buffalo was driving to try to make it a game again.
Yeah.
He put it away with an 84-yard touchdown return. But
sealed the deal.
Sealed the deal. But bye weeks, by the way, Falcons, Cowboys, Titans, Chargers. So
well, if the Patriots, it's almost like very rarely will a Patriots team, and they can do this against Buffalo. Let's just say that, where they just get off the bus, expect to just show up and win the game.
Yeah.
And that's the way they play. And they're lucky they were playing Buffalo, and Buffalo's offense is atrocious. I think Buffalo played very well overall for a team like Buffalo. They were in the game for 3.5 quarters, but at the end of the day, the Buffalo Bills are just a terrible football team.
Well, here's the deal. Breaking news 2 hours ago. Credit Pat McManaman. I don't know if I'm botching his name or what. I don't know what the hell's going on with 75 letters in that name. But Pat, I'm like dog over here. Pat McManaman.
Yeah.
2 hours ago, breaking news. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, it's with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Okay. The Browns have hired Ryan Lindley, who spent time in recent years tutoring and preparing quarterbacks for the draft as running backs coach. Lindley played for 2 seasons in Arizona when new offensive coordinator Freddie Kitchens, not to be confused with Freddie Living Room, but Freddie Kitchens was quarterbacks coach. So breaking news there.
Wait, he was. Who is this guy? Say it again.
Ryan Lindley. He's now the running back.
The name sounds so familiar.
I thought he was a quarterback at one point, but apparently not.
Ryan Lindley. The name sounds so familiar. I know that name from somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's that.
Breaking news.
Here's another an hour ago. Adam Schefter, who always breaks news. The Giants claimed the Giants claimed guard Jamon Brown, who was released by the Rams.
Okay.
So there's a huge pickup there.
Sure.
But anyway, let's go into the standings, and we always have our nice music when we do it.
Yeah.
So
John likes the music.
He does. He actually said that.
He actually commented on it.
Yeah. He liked. It could have been rap. It could have been but this is football. We got football standings going on.
Sure.
So stay tuned, and we'll be right back after Da's favorite jingle. Guys, welcome back. Here's the deal. Before we get into the comments, here's the thing. Okay, there's a guy on here who is commenting hilarious. I'm surprised nobody's even said anything. Maybe they have. Let me just go back to the last video we did here. Fantasy football with Mclovein, EDP 445, week number 8. Yeah. But let's see. So his name is, and I'm surprised it took this long for anybody to say anything about it. But of course, there's a problem with the network. Why would there not be a problem with my network? I mean, you're trying to do a show. You got the lawnmower people. You got things all this. Here we go. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
So his name. Let me go to newest comments first over here. As Glasses would say, "Oh, look at me over here." Oh, there are 2 replies. Okay, here we go. Okay. J18 Sanchez Jr. J18 Sanchez Jr. calling us bitch asses. Calling us, this is fake and it's just to get views and subscribers. Don't fall for this scam pick shit. He goes, scam, don't follow. Angus Johnson asks, how do you know?
What's a scam?
Wow. They took me out because they didn't like me for no reason. Plus, other people that have won in the past few weeks never got their gift cards. They had to ask them on the comments if they're really doing that, so don't follow up. It's a scam. J18 Sanchez Jr.
Who are you?
Real easy. No, he's been picking every week, but 1 week he didn't. And Vatic said, "What are you doing? You haven't been. You're not in the standings. Here's why you're not in the standings, bro. You just can't come in, watch a video for 3 seconds, and then follow what everybody else is doing, and immediately be entered in. It's not how the fucking shit works, dude. And don't sit here and say, oh, well, you know what? I don't want to have to sit through 58 minutes to try to learn the rules. Then fuck you. Real easy. Everybody knows the rules. First of all, everybody in the bottom of the section of this video, okay? Have I never paid gift cards out? We've been doing this, what, 4th year?
Yeah.
Every video, every one. Yo, J18 Sanchez Jr.'s son, why don't you go watch the video, the first one we did, and why don't you see the video, the gift cards are handed out after the Super Bowl, bro? Okay? Okay, Holmes? They're after the Super Bowl, B. Okay? So that's first of all. Second of all, no one's asked in the comment section if we really give gift cards out. Are you kidding me?
How is it a scam if it's free for you to do?
Yeah, well, no, he's saying it's a scam because we're really not handing the gift cards out. It's only to attract more viewers and everything else.
Hey, all the loyal fans just go on there and be like, Andy is giving us the gift cards. We understand the rules. Some loser can't just go on there and start calling.
Yeah, here's the deal. I mean, to his credit, he was posting every week and saying, okay, I went this last week. Here's my record.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he missed a week. You don't just miss a week. And everything's fine.
No, it's
you're disqualified. Those are the rules. You don't like the rules, don't play the game. Right. You knew what you were coming into when you signed up. Oh wait, you didn't know what you were coming into when you signed up because you didn't watch the whole video because you were lazy. And then the out's going to be, turn it back on us saying, you know what? I'm not going to watch the whole video. Yo, I got a life, bro. I got a life. I ain't got time watching these videos and shit. Well, at the end of the day, J18 Sanchez Jr., that's your fault. Every single week, you obviously read the comments. Vadix comes out and says, eliminated. Here we go, 5 days ago. Kickoff has begun, picks are closed. Anybody that comments after that, because they think it's just light, it's all good in the hood, it's all good. No, it's not. You fucking didn't follow directions, you get disqualified. You don't like it, go fuck yourself. It's that simple. It's not like I got a million fucking viewers here. We're doing shit for fun. I'm not expecting to all of a sudden wake up and be a YouTube celebrity. I mean, come on, for real. Be real about that. So he's going around and he's commenting on all our videos saying it's a scam, don't play, it's a scam, don't play. They kicked us out because they kicked me out because they don't like me. So here we go.
You get kicked out because you didn't
follow the directions.
End of story.
So Vadix goes, your comments are pointless, you're not in the standing, so why the fuck are you bothering?
Yeah.
Dan McLean says, can't you keep your record in your phone notes or something? You aren't in the contest anymore, homie. J18 says, well, fuck you guys then. How am I not in? Whatever. Y'all are fake and whack-ass shit.
Like he's a very intelligent person.
Dan McLean, at J18 Sanchez Jr., you missed a week or were late for your picks, I suppose. Ask Vadix99 as he keeps track of everything. I don't see your name in the standings. Do you not watch the videos or something? See for yourself. Andy posts his weekly Excel spreadsheet with the standings. Dan McLean goes, it's fair game, man. Everyone makes their picks every week before kickoff on Thursday night. If you don't follow the rules, you get eliminated. It's as simple as that. At Dan McLean, now this is the best part. This is what this dude says in response to that. You ready for this?
Sure.
I did follow the rules. They're just scared I would beat them.
What?
Meanwhile, this guy's record, by his own keeping track, he's 50 and 57.
Oh, wait, he's pretty good. That's pretty good.
50 and 57. Meanwhile, we're like 20 games up on him.
See,
we're scared. Okay, plus I never got my gift cards for the weeks I won. They don't like me, so they took me out. It's fake as fuck.
You can only blame one person.
I put my picks on time every dawn week, probably a damn week for this fake whack-ass shit. Number one, you didn't. Number two, if you had, you'd be in the standings. Number three, the gift cards get handed out at the end of the season. If you get eliminated, you lose all your gift cards that you won. I'm not paying out gift cards because you're frolicking in and out left and right. It's not how it works. And here's the thing. There's no excuse. Lately, maybe over the last 2 weeks, unfortunately, the videos have uploaded Thursday morning because for some reason, today I got incredible service in your Wi-Fi in the game room. But my laptop's in here where I edit and post the videos up. I got great service tonight. Today, right now, 2 bars just went away as I say that. So now I'm down to 2 out of the 5 Wi-Fi bars. But at the end of the day, 39 people have the ability to do this. You don't? Not just J18 Sanchez Jr. Anybody who got eliminated. It's not hard.
Look,
oh, my dude, I was on a plane for 48 straight hours. Oh, my bad, I overslept. Fuck you.
Look, just
my fault you overslept?
Don't watch. If you have enough time to come on here and say we're scamming and all this other stuff, but obviously you didn't have enough time to go on there and make your picks. So
yeah, for that 1 week.
You can't have it both ways.
Correct.
So we'll move on because he doesn't deserve any more of our time.
Well, no, we are going to move on because I'm reading the comments here. But anyway, that's that. There's one other thing somebody mentioned. It might have been Goldilocks there. She said, all right, Marcus Mariota, we need Scratch Ticket Thursday. Also, hashtag destroy L. Mclovein.
What?
So, yeah, destroy you, he says. L. Mclovein. L. Mclovein, that's you.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
Who said that?
Marcus Mariota. On YouTube, not the actual Marcus.
Oh.
Mariota. All right, Goldilocks, in response to EDP's epic rant on the show, I feel you, EDP. Jets need a running back, too, now that Bilal Powell is out. Maybe we will get Bell. Nobody got Bell, as we all know. And that's really it. That's, I think... Oh, here we go. This is the funniest comment of the week. Eagle,
Okay.
Yeah. P.S. Mclovein, please piss before the show. So here's a guy that actually watched the whole freaking video. Good for you. Good for him.
What was the show length for that show?
Huh?
What was the length of that
58 minutes.
58 minutes. I mean,
well,
with all due respect, you know,
yeah,
we're having a challenge at work, and you know, I'm trying to drink as much water as possible, and you know, when nature calls, nature calls. And they were just going on. They if I hadn't stopped that, we'd still be here a week later and they'd be talking about it.
Well, that's a big exaggeration. But Stephen Wolf.
A big exaggeration.
Stephen Wolf, we'd be here a week later talking on the phone.
You are an exaggeration.
That's an exaggeration for the week in the full.
It's
Mad Dog, I get it from Mad Dog.
He
says it, right, well, I pointed
17 years. I said a week.
Stephen Wolf, okay? He was 7-7 week 7. Well, Vadix goes, nobody gives a fuck, you're not in the standings, dipshit. Dan McLean says, I feel like the comment section of these videos should be reserved for people who are actually still in the contest. Why can't these guys just keep their records in a Word document or a notebook or something? I'll never know, but it bothers me that they think they are still in it. Vadix goes at Dan McLean, don't worry, I have everyone's standings that are actually in it. Dan McLean says at Vadix99, and Vadix we trust. So that's the end of the comments. Let's go right into the against the spread. I tied Mclovein. I went 8-6 last week. He went 6-8. So the updated standings, which are here, I am now 41-8's what? 50? No, 49, 52, and 4. And Mclovein should be 49, 52, and 4, and he is. So we are all tied up against the spread here. Nobody's really sitting pretty. Well, 40%'s not bad, right? Is that what you say? Against the spread, what do you need to be at to be decent?
Terrible.
Oh, we're doing terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Terrible.
49, 50. All right, so Thursday, let's go into...
you said 49%?
49, I'm saying...
What are we?
We're 49, 52, and 4. So there's...
49, 52, and 4. So 49 plus 52 plus 4 is 105, so 49...
Yeah, it's like 40, it's like 43%, 44%.
47%.
47, is that
Not
good?
terrible.
No.
Not terrible.
Okay. So here we go. Thursday's game, we got the Oakland Raiders 1-6, 0-3 on the road, going in to face San Francisco 1-7. It's a battle for the top pick of the draft, or the ability to try to get the top pick of the draft. 1-2 at home, and San Francisco at home favored by 3.
I'm going to take the Raiders plus 3.
Yeah. Look, these are the funny games because, you know. Well, no, they could still win by 10. I mean, Oakland could potentially blow it on purpose, but we'll. I mean, who knows? So we're both taking Oakland plus 3, right? Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Sunday's games. We got Chicago 4-3, 1-2 on the road, going in to face Buffalo 2-6, 1-2 at home. Buffalo favored by 10. Excuse me, Chicago favored by 10, and Nathan Peterman is starting.
Yeah, give me the Bears minus 10.
Chicago minus 10. I agree. Next up, we got Kansas City 7-1, 3-1 on the road, going in to face the Browns 2-5-1, 2-1-1 at home. Kansas City on the road favored by 8, and they'll be facing the new-look Cleveland Browns.
Kansas City minus 8.
All right, we're 3 for 3 here. Jets 3-5, 1-3 on the road, going in to face the Brock Osweiler-led Dolphins. 4-4, 3-1 at home. Miami favored by 3. This is easy. And I know you're picking the Jets.
Miami is on the road.
Miami's favored by 3 at home.
At home?
Yeah.
Miami -3.
Yeah, I agree.
All day.
Yep. Okay. Detroit 3-4, 1-2 on the road, going in to face Minnesota. 4-3-1, 2-2 at home. Minnesota at home against the Fat Matt Patricia Lions and the Paul Pasqualoni Lions. 4.5-point favorites.
Minnesota -4.5.
Well, so far we ran everything. Atlanta 3-4, 0-2 on the road, going in to face Washington 5-2, 3-1 at home. Washington favored by 1.5.
Washington -1.5.
So I'm going to take Atlanta plus 1.5 because they're coming off the bye.
Yep.
And I think Washington's not a great home. Well, they're 3-0.
No, that is where the best at.
Oh, okay. All right, you're taking Washington. All right, here we go. Tampa Bay 3-4, 1-3 on the road, going in to face Carolina 5-2, undefeated at home at 4-0. Carolina favored by 6. With Ryan Fitzmagic.
Tampa Bay +6.
Taking Carolina. Then we got Pittsburgh 4-2-1, 2-0-1 on the road, going in to face Baltimore. That's probably the best matchup of the week. Well, no, there's another good one later on as we go down. But anyway, Baltimore 4-4, 2-1 at home. Baltimore at home against the Steelers, favored by 3.
Pittsburgh +3.
I agree. Houston at 4-5. Houston Texans 5-3, a 5-game winning streak. 2-2 on the road, going in to face Denver. 3-5, 2-2 at home. Denver favored.
Houston.
And that's going to be a huge game. I agree. Huge game for Demaryius Thomas and his homecoming. Literally got traded 2 days ago. He didn't have to move anywhere. He's there.
For that game.
Yeah. Los Angeles Chargers 5-2, 2-1 on the road, going in to face Seattle 4-3, 1-1 at home. Seattle favored by 1.5.
Seattle -1.5.
Taking the Chargers. That's 3 games.
Seattle's at home, right?
Yep.
Oh.
All right. Rams 8-0, 4-0 on the road, going in to face New Orleans 6-1, 2-1 at home.
So
New Orleans favored by 1.5.
Give me the Rams +1.5.
Okay, agree. And then we got the Sunday night game where we're going to probably be eating. This is the second weigh-in, by the way, second weigh-in of the contest.
Sure.
We're probably going to be celebrating, eating, salads and waters. Green Bay 3-1, 0-3 on the road, going to face the Patriots and Cordero Patterson at running back. 6-2, 4-0 at home. Patriots favored by 6 in this.
New England -6.
Ooh. Really now? I'm going
Yeah.
to take Green Bay +6. Okay, and then Monday night, again, as Dog would say, ESPN, they're so smart with their, or excuse me, no, I'm thinking of Fox, am I not? No, I'm thinking of ESPN. ESPN and their unbelievable football package that they purchased.
Yeah.
The NFL says, you know what, thank you so much for doing business with ESPN, that they're giving them Tennessee, 3-4, 1-3 on the road, going in to face the Cowboys. 3-4, 3-0 at home. Cowboys are favored by 6.5.
Give me Tennessee +6.5.
Taking Dallas. All right, so here's the thing. At the end of the day, by the way, the bye weeks, Bengals, Colts, Giants, Eagles, Cardinals, and Jags. What a fucking Monday night game that is. Now,
that's terrible.
And
Thursday night game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. So here's the thing. Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Thursdays, no, it's not as bad as I thought. So, I mean,
Thursday.
Oakland at least is scoring points. It's terrible, sure. But it's not Arizona, San Francisco.
It's the same game. It's the same game. What are the records?
The records are the same, but Oakland's better than both teams.
It's the same game.
Because they have the same records?
Correct.
I don't know about that.
It's the same.
No.
One in a million? What is
No. Here's why. Here's why it's not the same game. Let me ask you this question.
Sure.
Let's say you're a team.
Yeah.
You've scored 39 points a game. You're giving up 40 points a game.
Yeah.
You're 1-6, but your plus minus is like -2 for the whole season. Are you telling me that because the record is the same, it's the exact same game as San Francisco?
It's the same game because it's the same records. Last week they were both 1-6, right?
Yeah, it's the same game if you're looking at it from a record standpoint, but it's not the same. Oakland's going to murder San Francisco.
I don't think they're going to murder them.
All right, I think Oakland will win by 14 or more. Do you take that bet?
Absolutely, all day long.
Really?
Price on Sunday. 14 or more?
14 or more.
Oakland's going to win by 14
yeah,
or more.
Yeah, it's going to be like Oakland 28, San Francisco 10.
Never.
You don't think so?
No.
Never going to happen?
Never going to happen.
In a million years?
In a million years.
All right, you want to bet $20?
Yeah.
All right, $20. Here we go. All right. So, let's call EDP 445 because he comes at us with another video. And Daz nodding his head in approval because it's his favorite part of the show.
Yep.
He told me he just wants to hear EDP the whole show.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, dude? We got Mclovein here.
What's up? All right.
All right. Now, you got loud-ass cars outside your house. Right now, I got a loud-ass lawnmower outside my house. So hopefully we can do this with no shenanigans. But, all right. Last week, EDP, good week. You went 8-6. I went 10-4. Mclovein went 11-3. So that's that. Updated standings will be obviously in the video before this part of the show. But Thursday night, we got Oakland going into San Francisco. Who do you think is going to win?
San Francisco.
Really? All right. EDP takes San Fran. I'm taking Oakland. Who do you got? Oakland from Mclovein. All right. Next up, we got Chicago going in to face Buffalo.
Chicago.
Chicago.
We all agree. Next up, we got Kansas City going in to face Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Kansas City.
Okay.
Kansas City, no.
You taking Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured that. All right. Jets going in to face the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Miami.
Okay, we all agree on that. Detroit going in to face Minnesota.
Minnesota.
We all agree on that. Next up, we got Atlanta going in to face Washington.
Washington.
All right, I'm taking Atlanta on this one. We got Tampa Bay going in to face Carolina.
Carolina.
We all agree. We got Pittsburgh going in to face Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Pittsburgh.
All right, I also have Pittsburgh. We got Houston going in to face Denver.
Houston.
Okay, we all agree on that. You hear that lawnmower, EDP?
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't think the guys can even hear you because of the stupid lawnmower. We may have to just wait for this asshole to move. Nah, he's a nice guy. He really is nice. My neighbor. But I mean, of all the times to mow the lawn right now, I couldn't have done it.
Obviously, he's not a viewer.
He couldn't have done it at 1:30.
He's not a viewer of the show.
No, he's not a viewer of the show.
You would know.
It's like 72. All right, we got Los Angeles going in to face Seattle. The Chargers. The Chargers going in to face Seattle.
Seattle.
Taking the Chargers. We got the Rams going in to face the Saints.
Who?
The Rams going in to face the Saints.
Oh, shit, dude. You know what, dude? I'm going to take the fucking Saints, man. I feel like the Rams got lucky as fuck last week, dude.
Rams.
I'm also taking the Rams, but I would not be shocked at all if New Orleans beats them.
Well, it's New Orleans favored.
Yeah.
So they're favored.
But yeah,
so it wouldn't be a shock to anybody.
Okay. Green Bay going in to face New England in New England.
New England.
All right, and then the last game, EDP, the best game of the week. We got Tennessee going in to face Dallas.
I'll take Tennessee, man.
Tennessee.
I'm taking Dallas. EDP, thanks for being on the show again. We'll catch up with you.
All right, sounds
All right, later.
All right, man. And as always, Pat gets to leave because he doesn't want to be part of this.
Well, yeah.
Fuck you!